Greetings everyone and welcome to the next episode of Infinity Evolved. How are you doing? How are you doing? I'm doing fine. So, what's happened? Well, as you can see, Chez Volcano's moved on a notch. So let's just have a quick looky-loo in there. I've been burgled. I've been burgled. It's gone. It's gone. Oh the goodness. It's gone. No, I just moved it across. I thought I'd do that off camera because it's a bit dull, me moving all the stuff, checking all the chests and things like that. So as you can see, coming in, things have moved on a little bit. I've got a bit of a carpenter's door here with some basalt bricks on it. This kind of style bricks you can put on the door, make it look, match it in with everything. I've still got some bits to do here, not quite sure what's going to happen around here, but hey ho, it's a start. So we've got a nice plush red floor, which is just red clay. I mean, we're surrounded by red clay, we've got mountains of the stuff over there. So I thought I might as well make use of that resource. And we've gone for a little indentated look. Yes, that. Indentated. So we're just using spruce. It's kind of a little bit messy, but, well, visually messy. There's different colours and things, and I don't know. It's kind of working, but I don't think this is the final. Just playing around with ideas at the moment. As you can see, I've got a big hole up there. So, and this is my little XP drain. If I've got levels, I just come in here. As you can see, the drain out to the bottom. I've got some tanks back here. If I do need any XP for enchanting or anything like that, just right click. As you can see, my levels go up. Don't want it? Jump back on here. Lovely. Lovely stuff. It makes life a little bit easier so you're not losing things. Made a little offshoot here for the tinkers. Nothing much has changed here. I have upgraded my hammer actually to a cobalt hammer because I found quite a lot of cobalt, and I believe that I think that's got better durability than manulin. Not as strong as manulin, but I do think it's got better durability. So I've done that, and I've also added a flux modifier to it, and I've also created a cobalt cutlass as well with a flux on that. That means I don't have to repair it. All I have to do is drop it into an energetic infuser and it repowers it up. It's like an electric weapon. Lots and lots of save time there. So what have we got here? I've just literally moved the machines across as they were before. Nothing much changing here. Been getting some barrels of lava, moving them onto the lava generators. They are a little bit slow. If I pop things into my energetic infuser, it does take a little bit of time. So I may look at updating these, but to update those I need a QED machine, which I'll be getting onto a little bit later. Got myself a little clock. Yep, didn't want to do that, but got myself a little clock. Pop that back on there. For some reason, looking out of there, seeing whether it's day or night or not, just got on my nerves a little bit, so I put a clock there. Also got myself an ender chest and an ender pouch, so wherever I am when I'm mining, I can always just click that, send it home, send things back. Forgot all about that. Dark diamond ore. Found some abyssal nodes that I was mining. So what I do is I just pop anything in there that I want to put through the sag mill and break down, and they just pop into this chest here. As you can see, I've been throwing loads of things in. I will get round to putting these back into the furnaces. I will eventually automate it. I have designated a place just underground here, which we'll show you in a moment. That's where all the machines are going to go. And I finally organised myself a little, whereas before I just had stacks. I still have stacks of danger zone chests, but you know, most of the stuff that I use on a regular basis I put into these oak drawers, which are quite handy. I think they can hold up to 8 stacks, so that's not too bad. It's just a temporary solution because obviously we're waiting for applied energistics. And when we get closer to that, I'll be a happier man because all this will go and all this will go. We'll just have a nice compact storage system that's... oh, excuse me, I just had a drink of coffee before I came on. So we'll have a nice storage system that's a lot more compact than all of this nonsense. On my travels, I found some ender lily seeds, which I've just popped on some endstone. The endstone I've made in a fluid transposer. You put sandstone in here and redstone in there. Or is it? No, it's ender. That's it. Yeah, you put fluid ender in there and it creates endstone. And these grow a lot faster on that. And from that I've been harvesting my ender pearls. But you can see that's my ender pearl slot. None in there. Oh, actually I've still got 16 here. There we go. But need lots more of that if I'm to get onto the ME. The applied energistics stuff, so we need a better solution. We actually need to find a stronghold, which we will do at some point. Not sure we'll do that today, because today, let's just go to sleep actually, because it's dark outside. I still look through the slot at the top instead of using the clock. It's old habits die hard. That's why Bruce Willis will always make more movies, because of old habits. Wah wah wah. So up here, look at this. Viewers of my last Season 1 of Infinity. I can't get my words out today. It's just one of those days. The Season 1, I had a big reactor in that. I'm going to carry that on because I've seen no reason not to. It's a really good power solution. But rather than having it in the base and having everything contained in there, I thought this season I'd spread things out a little. So we're going to have the power up here. We've got down there, we've got some cows. You can't see them because they're not rendering it. I fly over here. There you go, the cows up here. Got some cows down there. But yeah, I'm just going to slowly spread this out so it's not as bunched up, so we do get to do a bit of travelling rather than staying in the base. So, what's different here? Well, it's only a smaller version. There's no lid on at the moment, so we can see inside the big reactor. Eventually I'm going to fill this up with cryothium. I know this isn't the best solution. You're supposed to have 3 space, and you're supposed to have cryothium in here, and then enderium in the other space, but for now it's just a better power solution than 2 lava generators in Shez Volcano down there. So let's get cracking with this. I've already made a little box of goodies here. So let's, first of all, let's start with the resonant ender. I put 20 buckets worth of resonant ender in here. I'm melting down ender pearls. And resonant ender stays afloat, unlike cryothium. Whereas if you put a bucket of cryothium down, it would actually sink all the way to the bottom. Whereas resonant ender doesn't, it stays afloat. But just don't jump in it because this will happen. Oh, you get zapped. You get thrown somewhere, teleported to another area. Like that. There we are. I've heard a story that if you drink it, you can get teleported 1,000 blocks away, so I might try that eventually. See what happens. So I'll just pop this in while I'm yattering away. And we're gonna use this for a short time anyway. We are going to expand this. I've got an idea for a much bigger, probably bigger than the last one I did actually. Much bigger reactor. I do like doing it on a grand scale. I think it's fun and games. Oh, just a little point here. If you ever want to, when you're dealing with source blocks and you want to make sure it's all flat like this, just a little tip: water or any kind of fluid will roll away from the source block. If this is a source block, it will roll away, so that means that it's missing one here. If I pop one in there, there you go, you see, it levels up. And everything is well with the world. Let me just keep going around here, popping this in. Nothing new to report. Just try not to fall in, which is what I tend to do all the time while I'm yattering at the same time. Where did I go? Did I put one here? Yes, I did. Yes, I didn't. See what I mean? The words are all wrong today. Just something wrong with the words. In fact, would I just stand in the middle? That would be easier. That would be much better. Yeah, have you had a day where those words just don't work? Your brain just is like Swiss cheese. Not actual Swiss cheese, because that'd just be crazy. But anyway, there we go. We have all the Enderium in there. The Enderium acts as a little coolant. You can have redstone in there as well. It's liquid redstone. But I find that this is much better. I mean, cryothium's the best, obviously, but let's just pop these in, and then the multi-block structure should pop into place. That doesn't live there. There, bing, bing, bada bing, bada bing, bada boom, bada boom, and final blocks. There we go. And as you can see, it's going into a multi-block structure now. So let's pop over here. So what else have we got here? Well, we've got the... Let's just throw it on the floor, shall we? Nothing's working today. So I've got two reactor access ports. This one outputs plutonium or cryothium. No, not cryothium. What's it called? Basically the waste. That outputs the waste. You can switch these, so you can have it as an inlet or an outlet mode. I've got one inlet which takes in the yellorium, which is going to be in here, and the other one will output to this. So I've got transfer node here, and this transfer node is going to input into that, and this one's going to output. So that one's going to go there, so that's going to output from there into here, and this one's going to go... I really didn't want it to do. Why you do that? I know why you do that, because you are too close. So what I shall do is I shall take my life in my hands, because there is dribbling ender in here. Take that out, let's take that out, and I get zapped everywhere. So, and then let's put... Oh, it's going to be one of those episodes. Oh, get my... wherever it's take me, you know, it's one of those episodes. Let me just pop that back. See if I can just jump on here, pop that in there, and then pop that there. There we go. That should be fine. Fun and games over with. Oh, one last time. It just had to do it, didn't it? Right then, let's go back in here, switch that to outlet mode, and then knock this to pieces and move it across one. Yes, I am doing it with an axe, because I am too lazy. I'm not too lazy. The problem is that the axe I have would actually smash a 3x3, so it will kill that one as well. That you just saw me put on, that just expands this barrel, so it allows it to take up to 5 stacks. So this one's going to pop out, and this one's going to pop in. There we go. So that should be popping in some yellorium, as you can see there. It's running it in. And when that's full, I'm going to switch this on. What we've got here is we've got a rednet port, which I'm going to set up in a Momo. And then we've got a power tap, which I'm going to put a Tesseract onto. And just get out the rednet cable and controller. So a little bit of technology here. I'm going to sink that in the floor. It looks nicer that way. And before we go into that, just press shift, connect up the rednet, and then what we're going to do in here is we are going to set this up as a pass-through, I believe. There we go, pass-through. And then what we're going to have is this one sets in input and output, Now the letter after it is either down, up, back, front, left and right. So we want it coming out of up, because we're coming out of the top. And the same for the other. So let's reinitialize that. And what we need to do is, in the RedNet port itself, we need to set up output energy amount. I'm going to pop that in white. And then also I want to put this one here, which is actually changes the control rods. It's change control rod insertion, because on the top, as I said before, if I could get them up, my jetpack's just run out. You have control rods in the top. If you insert them all the way, that means that the casing heat will go high, but it will also create more energy on a quicker basis. But the problem is, you don't want it doing that when it's not actually using any energy, because then it'll eat this like toffees at Christmas. So you want to make sure that over time it is more of a demand. You know, you get power on demand. I tell you, my words are terrible. So we've got output energy amount equals insertion rod. So we commit that, and now we know that the battery is the white and the rod's the orange. So we go back in here, and we go battery white, and then return will be orange, like that. And that's it. Reinitialize. That's that done. Now we are still offline because I need to switch it on. As soon as I switch it on, we'll be ready to rock and roll. So let's do that. Let's activate the reactor. Off it goes. That will fill up over time, but right now it might be time to go to sleep. So I'll do that, charge my backpack, and I'll be back shortly. And welcome back. Right, so we need to get some Tesseracts for the big reactor. So I've already pre-filled the fluid transposer with 2 buckets worth of resident ender. For every bucket you need 4 ender pearls, because it's 1,000 millibuckets. So if I go in here, I've already pre-made some of the things that we need. Yes, you can see a quarry. Yes, that's next in line. But for now, let's get 2 Tesseract frames. Bing and bong. Pop them into the fluid transposer, like that. And that will slowly fill that up over a period of time. So, let's go back over here. What else do we have? Oh, I've been working on some carpenter's blocks in there. That's a bit of an empty one. This is where I keep all my redstone flux now. Just this one will do every single flux capacitor, which is really handy for quick crafting. And I've still got an empty one there. Now, what else are we looking at? This is where I was making the reactor casings. You need quite a lot of those. I've used 3 stacks of reactor casing. And for that you need graphite bar, and graphite bar is just cooked coal. You can either cook charcoal, which I have quite a lot of. Now I've got that tree farm down there that I've had to switch off actually. For the simple reason I've had wood coming out of the wazoo down here. So I've had to switch it off. See here, I've actually got rid of some of that. I've got this system over here where I was putting oak logs through a hopper into here and creating charcoal, but that's all full again. So yeah, even if I take that out, there'll be some more in here. That's all filled up. I've got more wood than I can shake a stick at. I don't think I'll ever run out, but I'm sure you will lol hard if I do. And just through here you can see a little diamond chest. Let's have a pop through here. Over here we have a little sludge boiler. Because we're getting loads of sludge from the tree farm here, I thought I'd just create a quick and down and dirty version of a sludge boiling system with a couple of these survivalist generators that actually can come off now. That doesn't need to be there. Forgetting I don't have my jetpack now. So those are powered by the wood that we're getting from the down and dirty charcoal producer on that side. and that's going through our sludge buckets. So what do we get for a sludge bucket? Well, let's have a look at the random things we get. Well, we get loads of dirt, we get podzol, which is okay. Sand, which we can use, red sand, nah. Gravel and clay. Bit of netherrack, soul sand, mycelium. Ash, decaying wheat, not quite sure what we can do with that. Not quite sure at all. Peat, which is good for burning. As you can see there, has a burn time of 2000. And heat sand. So we get all this for nothing, really. It's just a byproduct of this. That's why I thought I'd just set this up over here and let's see what happens. Have we got any sludge on? I've taken it all off, haven't I? We may have some in the house. Let's just have a quick looky-loo. I don't think I have. I think I've used it all now. I turned the farm off. No, I've just got oil in a lava drum. But yeah, it's all free. Free stuff's good. So that's what's happening out there. Right, where were we? So we've got the 2 Tesseract frames. And for these you need to, if I can find which one I was using. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. So for these you're going to need surround it with silver and bronze. I've got 2 of each in there because I'm having 2 Tesseracts. And I've no doubt put that in the wrong place. Let's move that round. There we go. So let's get both of those. And let's head off up to the reactor. Oh, actually, let me get my jetpack. Be a hell of a lot easier than me bouncing up that hill. Where's it gone? There it is. Off we go. Hop up there. And stick a Tesseract on, ready for the big switch on. So I'm going to pop the Tesseract directly on the side there. And let's set this up. We are going to need... we don't need any items, we don't need any fluids. We need the energy to send only, because we want to send out of this reactor to the other Tesseract that we have inside. So I will call that Tesseract number 1. And we'll call it Reactor. Switch that on, and there we go. You'll see this little ender bar. It tells you that it's working. It's actually sending power. At the moment it can't send it anywhere because there is no power to send. Because nothing wants any power, that's why. So nothing will be happening. Oh look, cyanide. There we go. We will need that for the expansion to these reactors when we do turbines, which I've never actually done. I'll be quite interested in seeing how that works. Might get some vast power system, probably wipe out this entire side of this hill, level it off, create a power plant up here, and have it all sent over via Bluetooth on the Tesseract. Send it all over in the space dots. Yeah. Right, so that's that set up. So let's go back down to Shez Volcano, and I'll show you the little room that I've developed underneath and how things are going to work in here. So I've dug out this room, as you can see here, and it's a bit similar to last season, but I'm going to change it up a little. I'm going to have all the sag mills doing all the pulverizing in here, and then all the alloy smelters in here. I'm going to use this middle section for things like induction smelters and other fiddly bits of machinery that we tend to use, but I don't really want to put anything on the floor, so I thought I'd inset them all in the wall. Yeah, I may have other like IC2 machinery or things like that. I've even got the inscriber. I'm going to set up the inscriber the way I did in the last season, because it was the most efficient. It was really useful. But that won't be in this episode. That's going towards ME. I just thought I would make those just in case. And if I just go along here, I go a little faster. I thought it saves me going up and over ground. This takes us over to our plant room. And because, as you can see, we're using a lot of red, I've decided to create some poppy sticks and poppy seeds. These are level 10 poppy seeds, as you can see there. That means these grow in double quick time and I get a stack and a half every time I harvest off this. I'm also getting blaze powder from the cinder pearls and pumpkins, and then in this corner here we've got netherwort growing. It has to be in darkness, otherwise it won't grow. That's why I've got this. This effectively cuts out the darkness, even though there's a hole here. And you can actually reach through and, you know, you could mine that out. But technically, light-wise, light looks at the entire block. So it thinks, even though this is a half slab, it's classed as an entire block. So that's why light doesn't get through. And that's quite cool. So let's just pop back upstairs. So I'm going to throw all the power and all the white gubbins and the bits and pieces back here. I've dug out this little area. So we're going to have all this. This is going to be a lot higher. But for now, for the purposes of getting things going, I want to be ready for the quarry when we send that out. And yeah, so it's just about preparing for the quarry, really, preparing for applied energistics. I know you're thinking, oh, it's early on, how's he got to applied energistics so soon? Well, you can do if you think about it. If that is your aim, then you just basically do all the work you need to do in preparation, ready for finding the applied energistics presses. Because on my travels around, let me just bring up the map, let's put it in daylight mode for you. On my travels around, I have found a few craters, wherever they are. Not remember where they are now. There's one up this way somewhere. Oh, there it is. So on my travels I found a few of these, and if you dig in the centre of that, you will find a chest, and in that chest there'll be one of those inscriber plates. Remember where the others were now? Oh, very bizarre. Oh, there's another one there. Yeah, some of them are quite hidden this time. Been a bit of a risk getting them, because you just have to wander around. I think there's one. Nope, that's not one. This is very weird as well. It's a village built into a volcano, but the villagers are in there, but they're actually, it's like the village generated and then the volcano generated on top of it. It's very odd. Very strange bit of generation. But yeah. So we're ready for applied energistics. I'm now the big powers running up there. I can pop a Tesseract downstairs here and get those machines running. But for the purposes of right now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this Tesseract back here and tell it we don't want that, don't want that, and to receive power only. So let's do that, and that'll switch that on. That will now run these entire set of machines. I think I can get rid of all these. I'll probably use these for the quarry, so they're not going to be ditched completely. I tend to build these up. If I look at generator, and I tend to build 8 of these into one of these, and then probably 8 of those into one of those, and have one of those running my quarry until I can get things going. Then eventually the entire quarry system will be run off the big generator up there. But for now, I think that'll do us. I think we're coming to the end of the episode. Yeah, it's been busy today. It's been busy, but there's been a lot of preparation. I hope you liked and enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. It will help me out magnanimously, which is a groovy word, if groovy is such a word. Yeah, so I will see you on the flip side. Much love.